Welcome back to Saint's Journey, and it's been a while, and I have a lot to talk about. First off, I want to apologize for the absence. It's been about a whole year since the last video that I've posted. Things got busy, life got busy, and I didn't have time to record, but I definitely have topics to discuss. And I went over the videos, and I thought things need to change a little bit, so here are some of the changes. One, I'm not going to be as serious as I was. I've been watching the videos, and I feel like I'm a little bit too not very personable on the last videos. And if you know me, I'm not like that. I'm not too serious of a person. I do want to keep the topics relatively joke free and stuff like that, just because these are serious issues, so I want to have respect for them, but at the same time I want my personality to show across these videos. So I'm going to be a little bit looser. My attitude will be less stern, and hopefully it comes across that way, and I think it'll just make the videos more enjoyable, not only for you but for me. As I film this, I'm not going to be so worried about trying to have that YouTube voice or anything like that. So that's the first change. The second change is the videos I really want to make a whole lot shorter. 20 minutes, 30 minutes is too long for, I feel, a YouTube video. YouTube is for a little getaway, from the daily life and stuff like that. It's not a whole 30-minute show over here. I'm not trying to be the Discovery Channel or something like that. So hopefully these videos get shorter. Obviously, if a topic is more of like a detailed topic, then yeah, the videos may be a little bit longer, or I'll cut them up to be maybe 2 or 3 episodes or parts. So yeah, so those are the two changes that I kind of thought about over this past year of watching the videos and stuff like that. So hopefully I stick to that, and yeah, let's get started. So today we are going to talk about Joseph Smith's first visitation of the angel Moroni. So if you don't know anything about the Joseph Smith's visitation, it is simply this. I'm going to try to start doing things where I post things on the screen so you could read them, and so pause it to read it. I'll give a little bit of a brief explanation, but if you want to go in depth of it. So basically, I have notes too now, so I'm trying to be a little bit more ready for it. This is off of their website, churchofjesuschrist.org, and the summary says, in September 21st, 1823, Moroni, the messenger of God, the last ancient American prophet, told Joseph Smith that the time has come to have the gospel of Christ in its fullness to be preached to all nations. Joseph seized the plates where they were deposited, so he saw where the hill where they were deposited, and Moroni teaches Joseph Smith just kind of principles of the gospel. He actually repeats it 3 times to him, so that so he could remember it. So the controversy of this whole incident, which got me thinking too, was there are several documents that state that the angel Moroni was first described and named as angel Nephi, so also another prophet of the Book of Mormon. And it just gets me thinking that, this is one of the biggest events of Joseph Smith's life, that he's seen an angel of God, and it's printed, or it is recorded as Nephi, but then now the church has changed it to the angel of Moroni. And it just gets me thinking which one is it? And maybe it's not a big deal to mix up the names, but I think if you're looking for truth and you want to understand or have faith to know that, this is the church, the true church of Christ, that this may be a big deal to know if this story was made up or not, and if it was recorded correctly. There are several sources from critics that I'll post up right now that you could take a look at. So one of the most compelling arguments against or for the angel Nephi is in the Times and Seasons, which was a newspaper that Joseph Smith actually was an editor for, printed the account of the Visitation, and it was printed as Angel Nephi, which to me is a little bit confusing, is that Joseph Smith let the mistake go through. Maybe he didn't do this article, maybe he did edit the article, and it just, it happened. But there was never a correction, or they never rewrote the story, which is the weird thing for me, because Joseph Smith, after the Visitation, or after the article was printed, was alive for 2 years after. So he had, 2 years to, hey, this isn't right, and to correct the mistake, and that's where it kind of gets me like, hey, like, wait a minute, like, maybe it was Angel Nephi, and for some reason we switched it to Angel Moroni, and then that just makes me think, if you could just change a name like that, did the account really happen, kind of thing. And so, this one's a tough one for me. Is what should I think? And so there's several more mentions of Nephi. So in the Pearl of Great Price, in 1851 edition of that, it's edited, the accounts in there edited as Nephi, or printed as Nephi. And now if you look at the same Pearl of Great Price and the same account, it's Angel Moroni. So the church switched it up eventually. They fixed the mistake. So like I mentioned before, there are several pieces of evidence that have it stated it's the angel Nephi over Angel Moroni as the heavenly visitor. And now for the side of Angel Moroni, there's also an explanation that it makes sense. I'm not going to say I totally believe it right now, but it makes sense of how there are so many accounts of it saying Angel Nephi. So this is from fairmormon.com.org, one of those, and it's an apologetics of the church site. So there's an article on there that I'll link, but what it's basically saying was that all the mistakes, or all the references to the mistake, are citing the same source. So they're all citing the first time it was printed as Angel Nephi. So what does this all mean? So what do I think of it? So I think this is very difficult for me still to know why the church changed it to Moroni, if it was actually Nephi, or if the mistake was truly a mistake, that instead of Nephi it should have said Moroni from the beginning, and that all other publications that cited it was citing the original mistake. So the big thing with me is that the 2 years that Joseph Smith was still alive after the Times and Seasons printed that it was Angel Nephi, I don't understand why he didn't correct it, faster, or why didn't he correct it in his lifetime, because it was corrected after he had passed away. And so it's hard to wrap my head around that. So it's a big challenge for me to try to have the solution, or try to, this is the right answer in my head. It's difficult. So like I said, I'm never trying to pull people away from the church, or I'm not trying to pull people into the church. I'm just trying to state my thoughts, my confusions, my opinions on certain topics. So as of right now, I have to have faith that it was Moroni that was the true angel of God that came to Joseph Smith in that first visitation. I have to believe and have faith that it was what is now in our canon, in our scriptures, and that's me being a member of the church, is I have to have faith. So I'm not, these videos aren't for me to like, this is why I'm not part of the church, this is why I am part of the church, and it's just certain struggles that I'm dealing with, and I just want to be honest with everyone and to try to find answers. Hopefully there's people out there that may help me. So if you can, like I said, I want these to be discussions. So if you share this with people, share this with your friends, maybe they could have insight and they could, join in the conversation. But definitely, as of now, just have faith that it was the angel Moroni. And yeah, so that's that. Hopefully, we could find truth of all of this. And so hopefully this video is a lot shorter than the last ones. I feel like it should be. If not, I'm going to edit it down to be. And next video, we will actually be talking about when Joseph Smith and the process of him obtaining the gold plates that he's seen in the vision. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm a little bit rusty, and like I said, it's been a year since I made a video, so it may not be as well done as the last ones, if the last ones are well done. And I hope you enjoyed it. I truly do, and I thank you for watching it, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.